We're back. Round 2. All things round 2. Welcome to Moments, NRLW, the Player's View. Let's just start with a fit check. Tasman.
Fit check.
What have we got?
Starting?
Yeah, you start because you're on today.
Top and bottom, I'm wearing Sabi. Shout out to Sabi. Gold Coast staple at the moment.
Local brand,
Yep.
local Gold Coast brand.
Gucci shoes, sponsored by my mother.
Hold them up. And can we get a sock check?
No sock check.
This is a mother. This is how you
Sock
know we're
check.
mothers. Okay, that's outrageous.
Anyway, we'll cover that with the pants. And yeah, that's me for today.
Gorgeous.
What are you wearing?
I've just got some cotton ons and I'm locked into 2025 season. It ain't don't mean anything without the ring. But yeah, all things round 2 today. We've also switched up actually mics.
I like this
We're rolling with the mics
because I move around too much.
Yeah, we've got the feedback from him.
ASMR.
There's going to be no padding today.
There might be a little bit on the side of the sofa, but that's all right.
Oh, I do
okay.
know that feeling. Okay, cool. So, moments of the week, matchups. Round 2, we've seen a few blowouts. And then we're going to dive a bit into the Titans. Obviously, you've been there. Didn't have a great performance against the Bronx, also your team. But yeah, we'll get into that. But to start off with our round review. So, round review, Thursday night game, we had Tigers and Dogs. It was actually a bit of a grinding first half. They were going set for set and then just turned into a bit of a messy second half. Big talking point of that game was obviously the Tekas send-off. Thoughts?
Oh, that was a dog act. I just think if you're a forward and you're trying to start something, like at least don't start it with the smallest player on the field. And obviously in the heat of the moment, things happen, brain explosions happen. But yeah, for me it was two forwards on the smallest player on the field, which was Jataya at the time. But then on the back of that, none of her teammates coming into
Jataya was going back at it, but give it to her.
100%. She's someone that will obviously not bow down to anyone, and that's what you want to see in a small player and a junior coming through. So yeah, but just for me, it was just frustrating to see that it was two forwards, and her alone, and then none of her teammates coming in to back her up. And I think when you look at when they panned out on the camera, you can just see her teammates standing there.
The Tigers were playing on. The Tigers were playing on waiting for the whistle. Nah, cuz if your teammate is in a rumble, you sprint. That's the fastest you should be running all game. Yeah. Go help them out. Coming from 2 professional third men in. Go help your team out. Seriously.
Yeah, but that for me it just shows where they are as a squad, because I know when that's happened with me in any team that I played in, even last year with the Bronx, it was everyone's in. If one in, it's all in. And just for me to seeing that was just well, I've never seen it before. I've never ever seen it before.
Yeah,
But yeah, anyway, moving on. Moving on, because we could go all day about it.
Yeah.
Very frustrating.
Look, we're not condoning fighting.
No.
Tech is that just big no, but you can help.
Well, at least
you can
someone
assist.
jump in there and
she's getting ragged by the head like this.
And if it isn't for Bridget, who's
from the Dogs,
who's playing for the Dogs, that knows Jataya, jumping in and protecting her in a way, you don't know what could have happened.
You know what's hilarious? So I got into side note. Did you watch the Toowoomba game? Oh yeah, when we versed Clydesdales at home, and then I got into a bit of a push and shove because the girl push and shove Brooke Sadler, and then anyways, okay, so one of our girls is tackled a girl in goals, and then she stood up, the girl stood up, they're fine. Then another girl's come and pushed her in the back third minute. So I'm there and I've watched it. I'm nah, I'll push her. Anyways, then this other girl comes in, then me and her are going out. She's going, what are you going to do? I'm like, what are you going to do? Shut up. Anyways, turns out MMA fighter, All good.
Pick your battles.
No,
Pick
don't
your
bat.
battle.
Wait, if you're gonna get flogged, I'm okay. If I get flogged, I get flogged. But I will
Yeah,
stand
but
up
then
for my
I have
mate.
secondhand
Wait,
embarrassment.
I will stand up for my mate. That's all good. All right. If you're on my team, you're either with us or against us. That's the mentality.
Yeah, but let's not go on an MMA fighter.
Nah, but well, hindsight.
Pick your battles.
Oi,
You might have got one or two in.
I'm not trying to fight. I'm just trying to have
No,
a bit
you
of
are
push
the
and shove.
ultimate third man in, though. Side note.
I got your back.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. The West Tigers.
I
do
got
it
your
for
back.
Their players. That's all.
Yeah, nah, fair. Kezi Yaps again.
The goat of like for me, she's obviously already proved herself as a player.
Yeah.
And then for her to, single-handedly be the best player at the West Tigers at the moment, and with her experience, she's just leading from the front. And I think we spoke about it last week about her leading in all the effort areas, and she does it again this week. It's like you just want to see the rest of the team jump on the back of her.
Yeah.
And do the same. Like she's doing everything she can to win them a game. They just fell short, obviously, this week, which I thought they could have won.
Yeah, they could have won it.
There's a few missed opportunities. So for me, like she's just definitely doing her best to lead that team around the park, and if not, she's been one of the best in the NRLW the last two games.
Yeah. No, she's been going well. Raiders Sharks. So I knew, coached by Tony Herman for Fiji, Bulikula last year. And yeah, he does have high expectations, especially of the basics. And I knew that they would come back flying after the performance that they dished up in regards to discipline and errors and that kind of thing. So I knew they'd come back flying, but I probably didn't expect a 44 score, like that scoreline. Not 44, sorry. That I'm thinking Broncos. But like the blowout scoreline there is, and this is one of the many blowouts or a few blowouts this round. Let's start with Raiders, because that's two decent losses in a row now for them.
They just look like they're struggling at the moment. They're struggling to find connection. They're struggling to find. I don't even know where to pinpoint where they're
key
going
losses, because obviously Uppy and Ash were losses for them, and I thought Uppy was outstanding last year. She come back and found her feet again and her flow, and she looked really good at the back for the Raiders there. And then obviously Ash is Ash and is a creator and works well with Z. So they've lost them too.
Yeah, those are big talking points, obviously. And they're key instrumental roles in the spine.
Yeah.
And so when you lose two of your spine, it's kind of hard to then obviously pick up where they left you. So for me, it's that, but then it's also just collectively they just look disjointed.
Yeah.
It's very individual efforts from individual players.
Yeah.
But they can score points, and
Yeah.
they can score points. It's just for me, it's just like what's the missing piece and what's going to get them back in contention for a final spot. Because obviously when you're staring down the barrel of two losses, and we've already spoke about this with the short comp, it's
every loss matters.
every loss
every
matters.
point matters, because it will come down to like differential at the end, I reckon, this year.
And with the Sharks tallying them up like that,
Yeah.
it's going to be really hard for them with the for and against to make the top six.
Yeah.
But obviously they have key players doing working their butts off to, try win them a game. But
it's not that they don't have the team. Z, Grace Kemp, Soph, like Chewy, Mima, like Holly Mae Dodd has been really good. Like they've got stock there to Mona Lisa. Like
they've got international players and Origin players, and if not, players that will in the future play State of Origin and all for our country. So they definitely have the players there. It's just finding that connection piece, I guess. Yeah,
no, I think as well it's just like some of the defensive efforts were so poor on the weekend. Like seeing Emma slice through multiple times just in and around the ruck at A, like just so loose. Like I think if they can fix that up, then attack can come off that. But when you're just constantly giving away line breaks, missed tackles, like some of the tries were outstanding, but some of the tries were just real weak, like defensive wise.
Well, Emma Varian scored.
She got 4.
4 tries in that game. But some of her tries, she goes untouched.
Yeah, literally. And she's fast. That's
that's
not saying that she's a bloody easy target.
They're just...
You got to get a hand on her at least. And you know that she's a strike player?
Well, it's the inside push. Their inside push wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then so it puts players like Z under the pump to defend that. And when you have someone like Emma Varian, you can't give her any time with the ball.
Yeah. The way that she moves, that try when Quincy broke through and then passes off to Emma, and then the way that she just like, she doesn't even do footwork, it's just like swerves in and around. I was like, oh. Seta did well. She actually caught her in the end, but she obviously gets the offload.
Yeah, I hate it when she's running because you just don't, you kind of like put in 7 minds.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I've got to cut,
Is she going to like...
Definitely Sharks' best, but yeah, an outstanding performance across the park from them. Quincy was back at her best again. Quincy's Quincy. She just continues to...
I really like the pairing with her and Brooke Anderson. I think they complement each other really well, and it was good to see the Sharks back in form. And like obviously you knew what we knew what they were capable of. Obviously didn't show that in round 1, but you don't win a grand final in round 1. So to see them respond the way that they did just goes to show that they really want to be a part of that top 6, and they want to get back to obviously having a shot at the premiership again.
Yeah, I think if they can get to a grand final, they've got they've very good chance of winning it. But really it's just about obviously getting there. I think between them, they're a top 3 team to me. I had them making the grand final before the season kicked off, but the way Broncos has gone, I feel like they're also have gone outstanding, a lot better than, again, obviously Tamika. But yeah, I've got them in my top 3, Sharks, Broncos, Roosters for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to see who makes that grand final.
Yeah, it'll be interesting as well because of the final series. So, like, obviously the benefit of being 1 and 2. So that'll be good to, I guess see how that plays out. Jada's still to come back in. Jada Taylor, so young, fast fullback. She was actually playing fullback when her and Emma were in the team, and Emma was moved to half. But now they're obviously bringing through Hanaway and got Shance there. I thought Shance was good on the weekend. She came into her own, really good to see. Congrats. But yeah, where does Jada go? Like, does Georgia go back to, does Jada come in? Does Georgia go back to like a 14 role like she did for Origin?
Jada Taylor coming back is a big one for the Sharks, because when she was playing fullback and Emma was in the halves, it kind of worked really well for them.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see where they do end up running her. Are they going to... I wouldn't want to put her in the middle of the field coming back off an ACL. But every other position you kind of think is they're going to stick with.
Yeah. I feel like, Hanaway's would be maybe the one spot that you're like, you can play somewhere else. Like, Hanaway can shift to the middle. Yeah. Whereas, like, you're not going to put Shance. She's probably the only player
that you can manoeuvre around the field confidently.
Yeah.
And know that she'll go out there and do a job. She did it for Queensland.
Yeah.
So you know that it's in her to do that. But,
then also has a bit of a backup option and some versatility if you do have her on the bench to play around with it.
You want to see Jada Taylor back out there because she was... she's really young and she's only just...
She's electric. Oh, yeah. She's so rapid. And so good.
And she sums up the short side really well.
Yeah. Last one on this game would be Nakia and her evolution, moving to the middle of the field, little utility. She's going well.
Yeah, I love it. Obviously, I got to play alongside her at the Roosters in the inaugural season of the NRLW. And at the time, she was probably one of the... if not one of the best backs in the game at that time. And then obviously she went away.
Jillaroo.
Jillaroo. She towed up for Origin when we played her. She was just a freak. And so when she came back off having kids, obviously it actually was very obvious that she struggled to find where she fit in the team.
Yeah.
But it's so good to see her back I love her through the middle. I think she just adds a little bit extra for them, and
She's got that footwork.
yeah, and she's fast, she's agile, she has an offload, and you've seen it in that game.
Yeah.
In both rounds, she's been a key instrument, and obviously
Just troubles,
Just-
tied middles. Roosters, Dragons. So this was good by the Dragons. It was a good test, round 2, to come up against the Premiers, and I think it's good for everyone to. Broncos have obviously shown where they're at as well, but you know everyone gets up for the Premiers, whoever that is. It doesn't matter, you know, if they're bottom of the table or whatever. When they verse the Premiers from the year before, everyone knows. Let's be on.
yeah.
So, Dragons, Crossy coming off a round 1 win. Yeah, I mean, Roosters, it wasn't their cleanest win, but they get it done. Again, Izzy Kelly, I mean, they somewhat contained her, but still up around 200. I think that she's, obviously I said Tekas last week. I thought Tekas, this is on a Bulldogs chat, but like I thought Tekas was the leader of that pack. I now think it's Alexis. He's actually the leader of the Bulldogs forward pack. But Izzy Kelly, Roosters continue to win, and she continues to be best on field. I think I can't see anyone getting close to her for Dally M.
To be fair, like I haven't seen a captain besides Kezi, but consistently, obviously, since she's been captain, has led the Roosters in a way that no other captain, I believe, has led their team. And you can see that even when in round 1 when Frezard goes down, she sends her team back to the middle. They obviously were reviewing the try, but she sends her team back. She stays with Frezard till help comes, and then she kind of just moves it on. She doesn't bring everyone around. She kind of just calls it as it is. And I think for someone to do that and obviously lead the way that she's leading in like the 1%ers, like you say, she's a shoo-in for the Dally M at the moment.
Yeah, she's not only led in club, but like you look at Jillaroos, you look at State of Origin, she just does the same thing. Like speed kills, but then when you add her speed on top of her general physique and the way that she's worked so hard and continues to, she is the ultimate athlete, competitor, and NRLW player, and definitely someone that Roosters are going to be stoked with leading their team and possibly leading them to another grand final back to back.
Yeah.
So
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
Tavana and Taz are still to come back into the Roosters team. So the attack isn't super smooth at the moment. We're saying that there's obviously 2 wins up against 2 decent teams as well to start the competition. But yeah, they've still got Tavana and Taz to come back in. Like, what do you think that brings for them? Like, how do you think they're going without them? Does Tavana go in? Does Liv move out? Or how do you sort of... what would you say that your best Roosters outfit is? There you go.
I'd love Liv back at back row. Just I feel like they're lacking in that area.
They've got Narcio there now at the moment.
I feel like they're lacking in experience in the back row area. They have players there that can do the job.
Yeah.
But I just think that they're lacking in direction in that area. Getting that because that's where Taryn, that's the spot where Taryn exposes a lot when she's in the halves, and her running game flows off the back of that a lot of the time. But obviously, not having Taz playing at the moment, they miss her running game.
Yeah.
Kelleher has been really good in the first 2 rounds, but I just think she also has missed that extra person to help her lead her around the park. Not to say Corbs hasn't done that.
Yeah.
Because Corbs has been really good as well.
Yeah.
But for me, I would like to see Corbs go back to fullback, Bridie Parker to where Frezard was in that wing spot, and then moving Koenig back to back row, just because of at the moment where we spoke about distribution from hooker and it being really clean service and they can rip it right off the ruck. I feel like obviously not that Koenig's not needed, it kind of just diminishes her role as being a ball player through the middle of the field, and so I would just like to see her back at back row where she does her best work. I believe just being able to strip the short side, and then she's always 1-on-1 with a half.
Yeah, Yeah, 100%. I like and you see obviously Jazzy Strange, getting a few like the cutouts in round one to Tyner teaming up there, like that's also
Koenig.
yeah.
That's Koenig.
Yeah.
All over.
Yeah. So I mean I think obviously two wins anyways, but it'd be interesting to see how it all pans out and what coach is cooking up in the kitchen. Dragons again, Bostock, Rookie of the Year has to be. Yeah, keeping in mind, for those that don't know, that if you come from union or anything else, you have to be in rugby league for 2 years before you can be considered a rookie of the game. So, yeah, I think she's just been...
She's in strong contention for it.
And I don't see her slowing down.
No.
I don't see her slowing down at all, especially working with the halves that are there. And then, Flash on the back of it. I think that she'll go very close to securing that this year, if not even a centre spot, a Dally M centre spot in there as well with Isabel. So it'll be great to continue watching her. But another one from Dragons, sister of Bulldogs gun, Trinity.
Yeah, I really liked her. She was like one of the biggest talking points of in the commentary throughout that game. And it must just run in the family.
100%. No, she was good. I liked seeing her. She obviously comes on as a bit of a lock roll. I liked her actually in week one. I seen she just clean service out the back, like a bit of block shape in the middle, and it was like didn't turn her shoulders, just like played square, like hit a 45. It was nice. So it'd be good to see how she continues to push on and as she gets some more minutes under her belt and see what happens there. Knights, Cowboys. Cowboys underwhelming.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Knights also clinical.
Yeah.
Bit of both.
The Knights just responded this week, and I think that's what they needed to do off the back of a loss in round one. And you see that obviously over the whole round, the teams that probably lost in round one that probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Came back. And they responded, and that's nice to see. And the Knights are another team like that. They're really clinical in what they did. I think South Wales did a really good job at leading them around the park.
Yeah.
But also I feel like their forwards really aimed up in this game as well. I'm glad that they responded in the way that they did and got themselves a dub for the round. Yeah, no,
I think they controlled Cowboys a lot better than obviously that Cowboys' backs were controlled in round one. Obviously their backs had a really good round one and were getting them out of trouble and they just weren't able to do that as much. So talking point was Liv Higgins coming back into the Knights, or that was actually at round one, a lot of comments being around Liv and her absence and what that does to a team and that she is underrated and obviously we see her come back in and
she's a big part. She's a big part she's a big part of their confidence through the middle of the field, and she's a leader in that right. She directs the middles around the park in a way that probably not very many hookers can do that. So I think for the Knights, it just instilled a bit of confidence back in their pack. It seemed like there was more direction in where they were going as a forward pack, and it obviously brought confidence to their forward pack to be able to go out and lead that the way that they did, because they didn't really do that in round one.
Yeah.
And then Southwell was able to just do what Southwell does without having to carry the load of both leading the forwards and the backs.
Yeah. Well, you think she might not be the shiniest player. I think I love Liv Koenig, Liv Higgins, Koenig too. Oh no, we're going back to New South Wales. It's giving me blood and bone. I like watching Liv Higgins and what she does in the middle, but it's really no surprises. Like she's an Australian hooker. She's just missed out obviously in the New South Wales team. So it's no surprise that she comes back and the team gets better, really. Eva McEwen again, the tearaway. This is the other contender for Rookie of the Year for me. It's between Eva and Indy.
Yeah, well for me it's watching the game, you can see how aggressive she is. You can see her go after the ball. I mean, if as a back rower, if you're going as a player in a team where the back rowers are going after the ball, for me, you're absolutely laughing. Like you're stoked because it's a position where you can kind of get stuck sometimes.
Yeah, if you're waiting for your half to give you the ball, it's going to be a long day sometimes.
Whereas I feel like this new day and age with the back rowers coming through, these young girls, they're the type of players to go after the ball and they understand that assignment. And she's definitely someone like that's doing that in that right. But for me, like what seals the deal is when a kick. You're always taught in football that a kick's only as good as its chasers. And every kick that Southwell puts up, the first player there, Eva.
Yeah.
And I think for someone like me, playing in that role, I was never always that first player there on a kick chase, but she's always that player there, and she misses out on a few opportunities. But I feel like as the season goes on, and the more confident and connected her and Southwell get with that kicking game, she's gonna find herself luckier on the back end of those kicks, I reckon.
Yeah, nah, she's crazy. Indigenous Samoan, what a mix. And you can tell, I watch a little...
she's got it all, to be honest.
Yeah, she looks like both.
Yeah.
She's got the speed and agility, but she's just got that dog, like she does go after it. And for a young girl to come into the NRLW and just, blitz it like that, she, big future ahead of her, sure. For sure. Next, Warriors and Eels. I was happy to get this one wrong in the tips. Eels, I think, looked... it was a slow start from the Eels and a very fast start from the Wars, and I think the Warriors middles really aimed up effort-wise in defence to keep the back five quiet from Eels and keep them in their end. But Warriors' first game home in 6 years, only their second home game ever, because obviously back then a lot less funding, so they just didn't fly teams back. Double header, how good?
Too good. Too good.
Nearly speechless there, Dal.
I would have loved, like, obviously we played when it was COVID year, so we never got a home game.
I would have loved a game.
But how good would have a home game been in front of a home crowd, double header? And with the way the Wars are going at the moment.
Yeah. Well, they got a win in all 4 grades at home. So that was like all their...
actual?
Yeah, they got a win. That was, I seen on their socials they posted, and it was obviously just a great day for the club. I think the Warriors are different to any other club because it really, and when we spoke about this when we played for them and did some connection stuff, like it's really not just like an NRL club. It is like an international, team, because it is the only team. You're not just representing, Auckland. You're actually representing it's the New Zealand Warriors. Yeah, like you're representing a country. Like you've genuinely got
the whole
country following you, and the hype and Eno, like some of the signs I was looking at on their socials that were up around the grounds, like second to none, the Warriors fans. Seriously, they're just an absolute vibe.
But I think the reason why it is the reason why they've welcomed them back and the hype is so crazy at the moment is because of how the men are going as well.
Yeah.
And obviously we've seen for years how the men were going, and so the way that they've brought them in, obviously there's people that they have true fans.
Yeah.
I think it was a really good win at home, their first time back in 6 years.
Yeah.
And then
it was good. Michaela Brake.
Yeah. But honestly, she's come to life.
Whoa. She got it. She gets it. It clicked. I would say, like, it just takes like one game, you just get a feel for it. But like the 7 stars, they're obviously always physical, but like just learning the game and just especially being an outside back, knowing that like you need to just go inject yourself. Like you need to create things for yourself sometimes. Like you're not always just going to get put in space. You got to create space, and you just see that huge run that she done, like just breaks through.
But there was multiple times where
she's topped. She topped record, drew the record for tackle breaks in a game. Drew it with Varney, another 7-star. Shock. 16 tackle breaks in one game. Huge.
Yeah, well, you watched around one game. She obviously, and this isn't anything on her. This is just experience-wise. Like she was just getting a feel for the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was probably quiet, but she definitely came out this game and did over round one.
Yeah, it was
if not more.
crazy. It's crazy to think like that's her second game of rugby league. Where is it going from here?
But she creates all the space off the back of herself. A lot of the stuff where she just nips out at dummy half and then just make like 50-meter break up the field.
Yeah.
Like the Waz were in the positions that they were in a lot of the time because of where she put them. And I just feel like their execution on a lot of their plays is the reason why they won that game. But like I don't think that the scoreboard doesn't reflect how the Waz were in
No,
in
I
this
don't think it
round.
does. They actually dropped a fair few balls on the line,
Yeah.
like attacking too. So possibly another couple tries goes begging, and then it, who's to say it couldn't have been 24?
Yeah, but the
30.
scoreline doesn't reflect how the game was. I feel like they just suffocated the Eels.
Yeah.
The Eels had nothing coming out of their half. They were struggling for a massive part of that.
They didn't look
And
likely
They
to
didn't
score.
look likely to score at all.
Big talking point, obviously, for the Warriors would have been Rachel Pearson. Don't let her run. Don't give her time. And they didn't. They just put so much pressure on her, so much heat on her. Yeah, she definitely didn't have the time that she had in round one. And that's probably something that, yeah, when she's got time, that's great. But when she doesn't have time, Cassie probably has to stand up and work her magic, or Abby Church. But I definitely felt like Eels missed Kennedy. They missed their leader. They missed their go forward. Yeah, again, they're missing another 3 middles. So once all of those girls come back, I think it does change what that looked like. But they showed they could get it done in round one. So it's just that, yeah, they didn't back up that performance again and muscle up more than the Warriors did. And it was always going to be hard. Warriors away.
Yeah. Well, I think they're missing their captain as well, Mahalia Murphy. And
Yeah.
she was a really big part and a big talking point last season on their game as a whole.
Yeah.
She's really versatile. She's someone that just wants to lead from the front, and she can score points as well. So when you miss her and the likes of Kennedy, someone that's an enforcer through the middle of the field, gets under everyone's skin and kind of just puts her head down and gets to work, and you can see that they're lacking that leadership role through the middle, someone to just lead them through the middle. Elsie Albert's doing a really good job through the middle for them, but they just need someone else to put their hand up and do that as well. So I'm really interested to see how they'll go without those girls, and because you can just see that.
How long till
really
Kennedy comes
missing-
back?
I'm not.
Did they say like round 6?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Was it round 4 or 6? I was looking at all the returns last night. That was, yeah.
But Kennedy will be coming back itching and ready to go.
Well, they can't wait for her though. That's the thing. Like they've really got to, if they can, move forward and really get these wins and critical wins without their leaders. Once they come back, they're going to be really rewarded for it. And those younger girls and more inexperienced girls that have stepped up will, I'm sure, be getting a big pat on the back and a thank you once those girls do come back in. So hopefully they can turn it around this week. Last game of the round, I was actually at this game.
Last but definitely not least.
Well, yeah. This was, we'll start with the Bronx.
The
great
Bronx were
team.
just Bronx.
Yeah, they're back to
2018 Broncos.
I was saying, even though it's got 12 teams now, it's giving on a larger scale like what it was like when there was 4 teams. Like there was clearly when there was 4 teams, there was every year there was a Broncos, and then there was always like that other team that was going well.
Yeah.
Even when it went to 6 teams, it was like the Broncos and that other team that was going well that year. Roosters sometimes, sometimes everyone else.
Yeah, no.
But this year it's like Broncos, Roosters, I think Sharks, even though they lost.
No, definitely Sharks.
The way that they're
Definitely
playing,
Sharks.
and then everyone else.
Yep.
The middle group and then everyone else. Like there's just teams where you're just like, they're not going.
I just think that they've done recruitment really well at
Bronx.
both of those clubs, and
Yeah.
they've kept the same squad for now.
Core group.
Yeah, core group for 3 years.
Yeah, they do.
And when you do that, well, that's how connections form. That's how you get the best out of your group. When you're obviously with the new teams coming in, they've still got a few more. Oh, they're teething period. They're in the teething period. So not to say that they can't do it. It's just a lot harder to do it when you have an experienced squad and they've been together for such a long time.
Yeah. I mean, Dragons probably have a little bit of that as well, like Flash, Zali Hopkins, even though she was in the halves, she's in hooker now, and Ray as well. So, like, yeah, you're probably seeing those teams that have that makeup nights and have that connection are just going to find it a little bit more seamless.
Always kind of stay the same. One or two,
Yeah.
one might leave, and then you obviously for us we got Tamika back, which is for any team to get Tamika, you like
Cheat code.
it's checkmate. It's checkmate.
Control Alt C, cheat.
Yeah, definitely that.
Especially on the back of Broncos, because like
Yeah,
you watch
and
them
then
and you're like, oh, not that Matic was not doing something, but it's just like they're just missing a like real, I don't know, another run. Just it was like just a little bit of one more run threat. That's what it was sort of. And Tamika just Tamika's Tamika.
She lit it up, and she definitely showed that in both round 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And I think she's only like, there's a reason why I said
another Dally M.
Another Dally M contention is because she's Freaky Meeks.
Yeah.
She just does Freaky Meeks things.
In the middle, Spready, another great game, gets a bit of a rest at the end, bless her. She's just so shifty in the middle.
She's come to light, and I've really enjoyed watching her come to life. Obviously, I've been lucky enough to, be in the squad with her and watch her train, and she's second to none in the training department. We've already spoke about her and her fitness. It's crazy. But to be able to see her come to full light, be put in a position where she was really vulnerable, and it could have went one or two ways, but she's the type of player that put her head down, put her hand up, put her head down and went to work, and she's worked on her craft for the last 2 seasons, and she's earned her jersey there at 13, and I've really, really liked it.
I like it. I like watching it because it's like, at the moment, and I mean there always has been in the men's game, but it's sort of like the two types of locks. Like, do you have a running lock, which generally would be more like a bigger body because it's just another forward, a third forward, or like that ball playing lock role. But like she's not even looking to ball play. It's just like forward, run, breaking tackles. It's really good to watch. And I think it suits the Broncos, as you said, having Tamika. They've already got the ball player at fullback anyway. So it's like a bit of overkill. You've obviously got Jada as well in there that's crafty. So having her and Jada tandem in the middle, just tearing it up, it makes it really hard for teams to go, okay, we've got Shalom, we've got Doozy, we've got Bree to handle size-wise in the middle, and then, but hold up, we've also got Jada and Spready running through us and putting on footwork. It's really hard to handle that, and then look who's out the back.
Well, and you see with Spready's game, it's like really simple, and she scores off the back of it. She nearly scored 2 tries. Unfortunately, she dropped the ball over the line, but like that's a try gone begging. And so for me, I've really, really enjoyed
props to her because she has waited her turn to get a crack there.
Yeah, and she's, if not, like, I wouldn't want to see her be moved out for anybody because I just feel like I
think already she's one of the best locks that's been, she's putting on, it's only 2 rounds in, but one of the best lock performances that I've seen at the Broncos for a fair while. And that's, Storchy was there, like Desta's been there, Vince has been there, like you've had a few different people there, but she's on.
And she's a very consistent player. She's really hard on herself. So, props to her. I've really enjoyed that. And
Pixie. Oh, no, this broke my heart because I was there. I don't know if what you've seen on TV.
No, you could see.
You seen her walk off?
You could see from on the screen as she was walking off, like it was running off, it was becoming really overwhelming for her. Yeah. And it was hitting her. And so by the time she got off the field, they kind of just panned out and went back to the game.
So she obviously come off probably on the 30, 40 maybe, and so she had to walk the sideline, and she's obviously walking towards the bench and had to walk past the bench to go into the sheds. And the whole time, I dead set had tears in my eyes. I feel that sorry for her.
Dooz was on the bench?
Doozy? Yeah. So
she got up, Dooz got up.
I think it was Dooz or Bree.
One of them got up. I've seen that. But then it pans out.
Yeah. So she's walking back and just deep breaths. You could tell she was trying to hold it in, go girl, hold it in, you're nearly there. I felt so sorry for her. But and salt to injury, it's been called. She not only gets sent off in her first game after 6 minutes, she also gets 2 weeks if she takes the early guilty plea, which I'm sure she will because she's not going to want to miss a third. And it was not great. So we probably won't see her for another few weeks, but yeah, she really is someone to look out for, and so hopefully she's going all right. Hopefully you're going all right, Hixie.
Yeah,
But
that was heartbreaking.
just the way it is. And to be fair, yeah, like Spready was there. Probably if Spready holds on, she could probably control the tackle and maybe save her a bit, but it was just awkward. Like, it's not like she picked her up and pulled her down. Once you're in there and you've got your head in and you're driving, like, it's hard to, you're not looking, you don't know where they are, so.
No, but I've said this a lot about Hixie is as the, like, she's an up and comer and she's going to be a really big player within the Broncos, but not also the Bronx. So I think she'll be an Origin player as well. She's someone that works really hard off the field on her craft, and obviously we didn't get to see that in her debut, but she's a really aggressive player, and she's actually really quiet off the field. Yeah, you wouldn't think it, but she's really quiet off the field. So yeah, it was a bit unlucky for her, but I know coming back, she'll be back.
Yeah. Speaking Origin, our little future prospect, Lomi. That is a standard Lomi try. If anyone has been watching her through juniors, sevens, union, you name it, that is a standard Lomi try. Just getting back, bumping 5 people off and scoring with people all over it. Like, standard. I'm sure Princey would be cheering to see that she's doing that in round 2.
Oh, he's been waiting to be able to play her so that she can do it.
From last year.
Yeah. So I'm not surprised that she did do it. But props to Lomi. She's now played 2 NRLW games, and I feel like the more games that she gets under her belt, the more confident she'll become, and we'll see more of that. She misses out. Like for me, when she missed out on that first chance that she got at scoring a try, I was like, it's brewing. Yeah. There's something brewing because she knows she can score the try. And so when she came back, and
off the right, as soon as
she was all alone too.
Yeah,
it was an individual like a 1-out run
on the line, what 7 meters out,
step back, runs over everyone.
As soon as she stepped off the right on the first, I can't think who it was that first defender. I was like, she's scoring here. Knew it because the play the ball, the markers were still standing there. They hadn't got up. I was like, danger. I've seen this before.
No one wanted it.
I've seen this before at Crumb and Eagles. But props to her. No surprises at all. Okay, we move on to Titans. So this is a bit of a talking point for us. Obviously, you've played for the Titans. I grew up here and have played footy here, and we can, obviously would love to see the Titans go well.
Yeah, like obviously us being from the Gold Coast, it's where we grew up. It's all we know, really. Like, I've always wanted to go for the Titans, and there was a period of time where when the men's first came in, that I went for the Titans, and I had a full-blown membership. And
that doesn't surprise me.
And we would go to every home game and cheer them on. But it's just like, for me now, to see where, not just that they're at as a playing group, but to see where they're at as a club, like, it's sad to see. Yeah. Because you know that they're destined for so much more. And they're like, there's got to be a reason why a statistic shows that no Gold Coast team in any sport, professional sport, has won a championship, premiership.
Okay, stats, girl.
Well, I played there. Yeah. And so we're looking for the first. We're always looking for the first. Who can do it? And the Titans, obviously, when I was there, that was something we wanted to do. And they fell short of it just 2 years ago. But the response to them falling short, what has it been? Like, you're staring down the barrel of a wooden spoon. Like, and you shouldn't be. Yeah. Like, you have the playing group that probably, like the experienced side of your playing group that probably could win you a premiership, and probably but it's just sad to see where they're at as a whole. And when you look at the game that on the weekend, like it doesn't show positive signs of where they are at as
it doesn't show improve. Okay, to be fair, and we'll say this to start with, there's 10 injuries at the moment, and they will get back players throughout the season, but I hear not Titans, but other people as well talk about get injuries, depth, but that's on recruitment.
Yeah, I think that it's always been. It's always been a player-driven team, and it's fed off emotions of the players, which, for me, like I feel like I went down that rat race with them, and that's why I left. And so I don't see it getting, like, for me, I just don't see it getting any better unless there's an overhaul of not just, and you don't want to call anyone out or anything like that. Like, I just think that they need something to change, so that they can have a refresh, they can recreate their DNA, because it's not the playing group that's failing, it's the DNA of the Titans that's failing.
Yeah, and that's pretty fair to say. I mean, looking at the history. Yeah. I think losing Shannon Varney, like when they made the grand final, they made it like their game that year. You knew what their DNA was. It was gritty. It was grind teams out. It was high completions. It was like just getting the arm wrestle. And then on the back of that, like Lozzie's had great kicking game. Then you had your Varneys and your Chapos to, put a bit of sprinkles on it and get things done. Varney, like losing Varney last year, I think we have seen consistently the team so heavily relies on Varney and Shan's run meters, Chapo and Loz for creativity, and Georgia to tie up the middle. That has consistently been their go-to, and the team has relied on them for 3 years now, and they still are. For Loz, Chapo and Georgia to lose Varney and Shan over the off-season to pregnancy, you lose run meters, you lose experience, you lose grit, and it's really hard for your core group to have, like, over an off-season. But in saying that, they still had spots left at the start of the year, and they definitely couldn't have replaced it. Jess has stepped up. So they just need someone to, obviously go. They got Tash Penatani there. But again, we had Danny playing with us at Burleigh on the weekend as well. Like, they sort of gave her a round one and then went, nah, this isn't working. Now we got Tash. Now we got, I think, Danny playing again, like, which I feel like was consistent with last year as well. It was like their bench. Again, we go to depth. It would be like one in, one out the next week, in and out. Like, what's that doing for players, and especially young players? You burn them out. You get them in, sign them on development deals when they're 17, put them into top 24 when they're 18, and then spit them out when they're 19 because they weren't up to it or because you burned them and they weren't ready to start with. Like, and this isn't just on the Titans either, I don't really get the having all of your development spots as 17-year-olds because no one's signing them anyways. And then when you lose players, you're like, oh, we got no depth. Oh, we got girls that aren't ready. Like, you can't really, you make your bed, you got to lay in it.
Yeah, and you saying, like, from you saying that, it's the same thing with Danny. Like, they signed her on a 4-year deal way back when, and I haven't seen any development of her. And I feel like when she first came into the NRLW, I feel like that was when they probably should have just let her feel it out. And she was getting better and better.
She was. And then it was like a year where I'm like, oh, she's not getting much game time. Yeah. I didn't get it.
So for me, it's a loyalty thing. Like, you're signing these young girls and you want to develop them, but you want them to be at the top of their game the minute they step on the field. And unfortunately, that's just not how it works. You obviously, with Danny, she trained with us since she was 16 at Burleigh Bears, and she was a natural contender. We used to get annoyed with her, and you can even ask the likes of like Doozy and that, like, when she was training, she was annoying to train against. But to see her now,
in a good way,
in a really good way.
Yeah,
she was just
tough.
We couldn't get her.
Yeah,
we couldn't hit her. We couldn't do this because she was just too good.
Yeah,
as a 16-year-old. So for her to now, and I get defensive saying it, but for her to now be back at Burleigh Bears is a step back. She should be someone that's at the top of her game now, someone that's experienced within the NRLW, but they haven't given her the right shot because they're too busy moving her around or trying to look for the next best thing. And I just feel like she was the next up-and-coming prop. She should have been if not now, in an Origin jersey.
She played, honestly, for us, she played so well. And obviously she's trying to get back into the Titans, but she played well, she carried well, she worked hard. So sometimes, players have an off game. Like, not saying that she had an off game, but that she didn't get huge minutes in round one. But, like, sometimes players just have a bad game. Do you deserve to get dropped after one off game when your whole team loses?
Well, they'd be dropping their whole team besides Lozzie, Jess and G.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I hope they do get it back, but it is really inexperienced. Like, the team is really young at the moment, and well, not necessarily young, but young and also inexperienced in NRLW. So, yeah, it's going to take a lot of binding for them to...
Like, I want to see them win, but I just feel like... Yeah, I just feel like at the moment they're going to struggle through this season.
Yeah.
And, like, it hurts because it's going to hurt our mates.
Yeah, 100%.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Okay, that's it for our match review. Now on to our moments of the week. What was your moment of the week for round 2?
My moment of the week would definitely be the Waz winning at home.
Yep.
Round 2, after 6 years of not playing at home, a fresh new team back into the comp. We're waiting for them to win in round 1. Obviously didn't get it against the premiership winning team. But, yeah, I just think they've responded really well. And for me, it was a bit of praise and happiness.
Yeah. How good's Patricia going?
Wait, she's a freak, eh?
I like it. She was surprisingly small. I don't know. When I see her, like, on... when I'd seen her on socials...
she's a fullback.
Huh?
She's a fullback.
For Union? Yeah, I don't know why. I just thought she was, like... I don't know.
She's probably a lot of different positions, but
I thought she was a bit bigger. And then when I seen her, I was like, oh, you're actually quite small. But she's powerful. She got really good skill.
I like her energy. I like her energy.
Yeah, she's a vibe.
And while watching the game, sorry to go back on this, but while watching the game, she probably nearly tops the freaking Scoots from dummy half. She makes that many carries in a game. And if you
she wants to be fullback.
But the thing is, she'll make that many carries, but she's still there for the kick.
Yeah.
She's still there for the kick. And, no, I really like how she's going. And shout out to Ikanasio because she too is still my favourite Waz player at the moment.
Do you reckon? So, obviously, we're seeing some rugby 7 stars come across. I reckon, I mean, when Charlotte, Yaz, Meeks, Clydesdale, Varney all came across, like, they were outstanding. We see Cass Staples is the same, Emma. But I feel like the girls that come from New Zealand rugby, and I mean, it's no surprise, there's no down on the Aussie Sevens, Aussie girls. As Aussie Sevens girls are amazing, but, like, they've just got more, I feel like they're a bit more aggressive. And so when they come over, as a majority, like the ones that have come over, like they just bring aggression as well. So it's like scary to think how many girls are in the pathway system. Like you think of how many girls have come from the Aussie Sevens pathways and come in and they're like, yep, they're good, they're solid, they come into BMD like or Harvey Norman. You're like, oh yeah, they're
really good.
They're really good. But then imagine what it's going to be like when the New Zealand girls, now that the Warriors are back, come through from the New Zealand pathways, and you've got girls that have been waiting behind Michaela Brake. You've got girls that have been waiting, or waiting their turn behind Portia when she was playing. Like, all those girls come into mate, Warriors, I reckon in the next 2 to 3 years could easy win a premiership with the athletes that are going to come through, even the forwards. Well, imagine when you start to pull girls from they're like, oh, okay, yeah. I mean, the Ferns and the black jumper is a huge jumper to give up. But, like, if they wanted to come over...
That's their picking pool next. Not picking pool, but, like, that's the calibre of the player that they're going to get are the girls from Union, both Black Ferns and Kiwi Ferns, coming into the NRLW.
It's
if not
scary.
Warrior, like, at the moment, they're scattered throughout the comp.
Yeah.
But if not Warriors, then... Wherever they go, it's they're freaks.
I feel like next year as well they'll get some more girls back.
Yeah, after the World Cup, I feel like there'll be a not big change, but there'll be a transition from a lot of the players that obviously were waiting it out to play this World Cup.
Yeah,
you'll see them transfer into NRLW.
Well, they get to stay home. They don't have to travel. They get to stay home. They get to get paid more money my moment of the week goes to my mate Lil Paxton debuting at fullback for the Titans. Obviously a rough game to...
That's a harsh
That
game.
is a harsh game, and I knew it was going to be harsh. She was set to debut at wing and then move to fullback with Chapo out. But... I mean, Lil's Lil, like she's so fit. She's done the preseason with them, was on like a injury contract. So sort of gets renewed as, I don't know how it works, but weekly or whatever after the 6 weeks or whatever it is. Actually done like nearly a grade 3 tear in her hamstring, like 12 centimeters in our trial match 6 weeks ago. And that was her first game back. So she didn't even come back through Bears, and to be there, and you can see she's a natural fullback. But, yeah, obviously coming up against the Broncos is a bit hard defensively to be going one-on-one with Tamika or Chelsea Lenarduzzi on the line. And to be fair, Titans' shape wasn't outstanding to be able to play out the back off, but really proud of her and her efforts. And, yeah, loved being there. It was so good for us girls to be able to go and cheer her on. And, yeah, she had the biggest cheer squad you probably would have seen on the NRL, like Titans NRLW. Like, they're all in shirts. Like, every time she touched the ball, she dead set could have ran 2 meters.
They were cheering.
I was like, wow! You could see him up in the stands. I was like, she just made a catch and then got tackled straight away. Wow! Like, it was just the best. It was, really cool to see. I've played with Lil. She come from Northern Rivers, played with her at Crumman for the last 2 years. She played a bit of Tweed last year and was set to be our star fullback at Bears, but with the contract with Titans got pulled up, and yeah, we're all so happy for her. So that was really cool to see, and hopefully we don't see her too much at Bears, but if we do, that's really good too. But
you'd be cheering if you see her at Bears.
I mean, well, they don't have a fullback as such. They've got Chapo there, but she has this consistent hamstring niggle. So, I mean, if they were happy with her, maybe she does stay there and get to ride out a bit, because there's not really anyone else.
You could potentially see her in a wing spot.
Potentially that too, but like, just do they put Chapo back at fullback?
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Obviously, if it's a a continued hamstring problem, her moving back to probably centre is probably what's best to just eliminate her, not eliminate, but just to
bring down the work rate.
The work rate.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's just going to continue to happen over the season, because obviously you see even within the men's game, the ones that have had hamstring issues, it's been just like a constant thing over their career. So you'd hate to see that
Turbo.
happen. Well, you'd hate to see it happen to Chapo.
Is it like a running technique thing?
I don't know, because I've never been that fast to even my hamstrings be able to play
it's
up.
the long legs ticking over fast.
Maybe it's just speed, because I don't have any of it.
I wouldn't know about it. Actually, I do. I don't have speed. I do know about hamstring injuries. I don't think mine's from being too fast. I think it's from being too heavy.
Well, I wouldn't even know what a pinched hamstring feels like.
Oh, dear. Round 3 preview. So last week we didn't get to this because we were really on the yarns.
We love talking.
We loved talking about it was round 1. We were just excited about the games.
Okay, so before we actually not be able to talk about it, let's talk about it.
Moving on. Raiders versus Eels. So it needs to be a comeback from the Raiders. Like, Eels will be wanting a comeback too, but Raiders need to, like, really...
they need to have a real good think about things this week and just get a few good training sessions under their belt. Because you know that they can do it.
Yeah.
You know they can do it. They just need to produce a performance that they can back it up with confidence. And obviously they've lost the first 2 rounds, and you'd hate for them to lose another game, because then that for them would just...
That's through with that. Yeah, with that, for and against as well.
Well, with that and for and against, they have to win every game convincingly, and then you're worrying about points to be able to make it into the top 6.
Well, they go Eels at home this week, and then they go Cows away next week. So Cows at Cows, they also wouldn't be happy with their before. Like, you just want to get a win this week, so that you're not...
They need to scrape in a win somewhere.
Yeah.
And right now, this would be the game. Obviously, you're coming up against Eels pack that are probably low in confidence as well off the back of the game that they played. So they will be wanting a win as well.
Both will be wanting to hit back.
Yeah, so I'm actually excited for this game. Like, I feel like both teams have something to prove, but I just feel like with the experience that the Raiders have, and if everyone shows up on the day, they should win.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like it's like, don't even worry about winning. Like, don't have winning on your mind, because on the weekend you're seeing, and I mean the score was blowing out, but it was just stupid thing, like attack-wise.
Brain explosions.
Attack-wise, just like, let's score. That's a half, like, just chill, work on your defence, work on getting like under 12 points scored against us, and then we can go from there.
It's almost that feeling when you try so hard that nothing comes off.
But I think Eels will also be looking for a hit back too.
Yeah. Well, everyone just needs to, like, defence is an attitude, and if everyone has the right attitude to play and show up for each other, I feel like defensively they'll be sound. Like, they have the players there to do it.
Yeah, for sure. Dogs, Dragons. I like this. We're going to have 1v2, but this is, for me, will be a really good test for both teams.
Yeah.
I like it. Dogs won't be happy. Last week, they did not have a great game. They nearly lost that game, and they could have put more on the Tigers. Again, both teams missed opportunities, but I don't think they'll be happy about that. We'll obviously see someone fresh come in for a Tekas, but Alexis, I think, will just continue to lead that, and Dragons are going to have a job to stop her. She's ran for 200 metres again last week. So if she runs to it's not even like 200
How do you
metres.
even do that?
No, but it's
how do you do it?
It's honestly like not like 5 runs. Like she's had. It's 20 carries. It's the carries that are it was a mind switch for me, being like, okay, no, she is actually the leader. Like, Tekas goes off. She's gone for 20 carries. She's genuinely, and they're not
looking for the ball. That's
they're
what I
not
mean.
in their. She's not in her channel. She's up the middle of the field, just taking them on, and so hard to handle.
That's what I mean. These new, like these fresh young girls coming through, understand the assignment of go after the ball, and they're confident in doing that. Obviously, when I came through, it was more you wait for the ball to come to you, but then it was like, well, my work rate isn't as high as some games, and you're kind of relying on your
even
half.
last year and the year before, like at Bronx, like just with the way that your game plan was, like we'd be talking after the games, you're like, I wasn't getting the ball. I'm like, go in and get it. You're like, no, but that's not our game plan. It's like,
yeah, whereas
stuff the game plan.
Yeah,
I'm up. Game plan, haha, I'm getting 200 again.
No, but I think that's where, like, for me, it was more of a challenge, because it was, like, something that would...
Habit.
It was habit, but it was also, like, you didn't want to... Not let the coach down, but you just didn't want to overstep the mark.
Yeah.
In a way, and you didn't want to put... You were always putting the team before yourself. Not to say that she isn't.
No,
The team, I think this is just their game plan, and their game plan is for their back rowers to be involved. And she's someone that wants to be involved, and I think she's been given that reign to do that.
Yeah.
And if she's making 20 carries a game, and she's scoring off the back of
effort,
some of her own carries, she's legitimately carrying people over the line and scoring tries. Why would you take that away from her? And I feel like as the season goes on, as they gel together as a team, they're already gelled together, which is really weird. I feel like they just got a vibe though. Yeah. Like, you got a new team, you're the Dogs, like Phil Gild's the head of football there. You've got the boys that are going well. Like, it would just be a real vibe to be around the Dogs at the moment. 100%. And I think they've got one of the best fan groups and scariest fan group. Yeah. Fan groups going around, and by chats to like loons and stuff like that. She said the crowd goes off, and she goes, it's so cool, but then again it can be so annoying, but like it's
the best
a
way.
Vibe, like it's a vibe there. They're going, like, obviously they didn't have the performance, and I think it was just like jitters, like they're still obviously in their teething period, but they're not, but it's jitters.
Sometimes you got to win ugly. Not every game is going to be seamless, like, round one. Sometimes you got to do it ugly, and it's those wins that are going to count at the end of the year. They are rearing up for Roosters next week.
That's going to be a really good game to watch.
Dragons coming off Roosters, so they know where they need to be. So I feel like this will be a really good game, because, having the Premiers either side of it just makes you push a little bit harder. But, and I think Dragons will want to hit back after the Roosters as well. So.
Well, you want to have a win before you verse the Premiership winning team. Obviously, the Roosters are always a big game. So you'd want to see where you're at this week to be able to then determine where you're going to be at next week.
For sure.
But, I'm excited for this game, because I feel like Crossy's done a really good job with the Dragons. they're in a really good spot.
Yeah.
Far better than where they've been in far better than they've been last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be. I feel like it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough game anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will too. Sharks, Cowboys. Sharks back in motion. Cowboys middles are going to have to aim up. Cowboys middles got to aim up and tighten up because
I just think that they went into round 1 and we've seen a whole different Cowboys team.
Consistency
really,
needs to kick in.
Yeah. We've seen a whole different Cowboys team and I felt like if they had just played that brand of footy in round 2, they were destined to win the game. But they didn't.
Yeah.
And you'd want to, like you said, you want to see that consistency across every game with them because when they are on, like, they look like they're really hard to beat. They'd be really hard to beat when they're on.
Yeah, just about finding a happy place between your best and worst. Quincy, Brooke and Emma through the middle. Those three, if teams don't tighten up on them, they'll run an absolute mark. I mean, they've got Emma Manselman on the back of them, but, yeah. And Bree Chester obviously gets through a mountain of work as well, so that's probably a saving point for them. You know that Bree's going to tighten it up. You know that Emma's there leading in the middle.
I just think that was
and then they've obviously got Jakaya too. So, like, they've got the players to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
But
I just think that in this game they got really frustrated with themselves and then they just started doing a lot of uncharacteristic things, like offloads when they probably shouldn't have been. So if they just tighten that up and play the brand of footy that we know that they can play and let leaders take charge of their team and they just flow off the back of that.
Cowboys now, we versed Pride on the weekend at Bears. Tiana suspected eye socket fracture. So the reason she was out was because, well, to start with, she got suspension for the hip drop in All-Stars at the start of the year. So she actually served sneaky people. She served her suspension
in
BMD for round 1, 2 and 3. Even though no one was sending players back, Cowboys sent her back to BMD, served it in 1, 2 and 3. She played round 4 along with a lot of other people like 2 weeks ago, and then she played last week. Not to say that she would have been in the team, but that's, you know, a loss for Cows if they were going to pick her this week. I'm not too sure, but she's always powerful if she can get fit. But I think it is a suspected eye socket fracture, so she could be out too for a little bit.
Well, that's big that's a big loss for the Cowboys, and I find that really interesting that because I was under the impression that she missed Origin, so that was counted as the games. But
well, how many weeks did she have?
She got 3.
Was she picked as in the Origin squad?
Well, it pulled her out of contention because she was suspended. So she was never going to be able to play.
Oh, but I think maybe she still had to get picked to be in contention. I don't know.
Who knows?
But
anyway,
how it goes.
That's a big loss for the Cowboys, having a player like her miss out, obviously due to...
Not be able to be up for contention.
Due to injury, because if you look at her season last year, she was one of their best players and confidently one of their best players. And you were on it, like for me, I was hoping that she'd come back into this season. She would have had a pre-season under her belt and she was looking good again to be another contender. So, that's sad to see her obviously out for injury, but honestly, that's football and it's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But good luck with her in her return to football.
Yeah. Tigers, Titans. Now
this could be the battle of the spoon.
I think it is. Raiders slide in there now.
Do you know what? I'm going to give props to the West Tigers.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that they're not going to be the wooden spooners.
I don't think they're going to be the spooners.
I don't think they're going to be the spooners. I just feel like with the squad that they have, yes, they're losing at the moment. Yep, we understand that. But I just feel like they always, like, defensively, they're really sound. And if they just string together some points off the back of that, and you know that they can score points because we see Kezi go through untouched.
Go 60.
She actually ran around the fullback.
Kezi doing Kezi things.
Yeah, we know that they can score points, but
Salah.
And if they just all they have the players there that can win them games, they just need to win a game to then realise that they can actually do it.
Winning and losing is a habit.
Yeah.
Like you do definitely get into a habit. It's a mindset. It's, something maybe, and again, we're a bit different, but like the whole thing of like you lose a game and it's just like happy, laughing, yee, chatting. I don't know. Like I feel like if I got the wooden spoon or if I was losing really badly, I just can't imagine me being like finishing games and just being like I don't know. I get footy and everything, but it's just like it's a mentality. Winning's a mentality, and if you're just so lapsy daisy with like losing one game, then you're going to be lapsy daisy about losing the other 10, and you're going to be lapsy daisy about a wooden spoon and the next spoon and the next spoon, and it's just like there needs to be a mentality shift in both teams about winning everything. Like that's something that
Kobe Bryant said.
It's just like win every.
Kobe Bryant said.
Look out! Oh look, it's something just like win everything. Like win the wrestle at training. Win the warm up drill. Win the 7-on-5.
Yeah.
Win every play. Win every time someone comes at you at training. Win games. Win tackles. Win possession, win line speed, and then you end up winning games. Where I just feel like, I don't know if I'm seeing that from teams that aren't winning.
Well, I spoke to Sam Perrett when I was at the gym the other day, and we were speaking on like the girls' game, and he's like, I'm so proud of the girls' game. It's come really far. It's da-da-da-da-da. And we were talking about it, and he goes, but one thing I really not struggle with, but one thing that there's a lapse in is
competitiveness.
No, he goes, is you will never see in the men's game like a boy laugh after he drops the ball.
Don't. Who did that on the weekend?
But no, it happens consistently.
No, it does.
Within our
but
game.
Someone did dropped it, and they were like, ha ha, and I was like,
but it
illegal.
happens. Yeah, it happens consistently within our game, and it's right. Like he was right to say that we do laugh, and we do not. I definitely don't laugh because I'm pissed off at myself.
I'm about to punch the ball through the ground to hell.
But that's where it starts. Like if we allow that lapse, and we weren't allowed it. Like at Bronx, if we were carrying on and laughing too much, like that's a penalty. Go run. Go do some running over there in the corner and think about what you've just done, and then come back and we'll reassess and then we'll go again.
Yeah.
But if we take the piss out of it, we're playing yes, it's semi-professional football, but it's actually a professional brand of footy.
It doesn't. To me, I was doing this at PBC Reds.
No, I get that. But
do you know what I mean? But it's a mentality thing.
But as a whole, we're playing professional sports.
Yeah, 100%.
We're not playing BMD. We're not playing.
Yeah.
We're not playing for our local football teams. We're actually playing.
I feel like some people just try to laugh it off because they're embarrassed. But don't be embarrassed. Just be better. It's sweet. All good.
But it's not funny.
People make errors.
It's not funny because I'm not laughing when I'm having to make the tackles after you've just dropped the ball or I've dropped the ball.
Not the forwards v backs.
You know what I mean?
Not the forwards v backs.
But let's just create winning cultures within your team. And
Bronx v Roosters. 1 and 2. This will be gone. I'm excited for this.
I'm really excited because this is when you would see if Bronx.
I wonder when's Taz going to be back because
maybe this
round. Maybe because it was AC flare up from Origin 3.
I tell you what, if it's an AC, I've got it at the moment, and I don't wish that upon anybody.
Yeah,
it's so sore.
What said reports were that they were just being cautious, so not necessarily a whatever.
And she probably didn't need
wrapper and bubble wrap.
Respectfully, she probably didn't need to play the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
And they've won without her.
Yeah.
But do they need her back? Oh, definitely. I feel like they really, really miss her. Just her control of her edge.
Yeah.
And her running game. And the way she brings the team together.
Yeah.
And the confidence she'll bring. I think they do really miss that.
What do you think the key matchup is across the field for this one?
If Taryn's playing. Oh, Actually, it's hard because you got Miller and.
Well, look at
Izzy.
I like the backs. I like the battle of the backs for this one. Like Kerry, Miller, Meeks versus Robbo versus.
It would be Robbo, Skinny, Miller, and Kerry with Meeks.
Yeah.
Up against
not Corbs.
Well,
maybe if Taz is in there,
it could potentially just be.
Or Kelleher
Parker,
could go back to
or it could be
the 14 again.
Oh, maybe. They've got options.
Well, that's what they did last year.
It could be like Parker, Corbs. Let's just say Taryn's back and Corbs goes to fullback and Bridie pushes back to wing because she can do that.
Yeah.
So it would be Parker, Izzy, Jess. What's your friend's name?
Tina. I don't know if she's back from concussion, but maybe.
Okay, maybe her. With Corbs at the back.
Yeah.
That's a strong matchup.
That's a matchup. I think it's going to be a big day for the forwards.
Well, you look at both both centres
controlling each pack,
and they're a big part of meterage within the game.
Yeah.
So, if they have a good game, if they're having a strong game, which Izzy has had every game since I've known her to play.
Yeah.
The Roosters.
It's hard to stop.
They're hard to stop anyway. Yeah. And a lot of teams when you're coming up against the likes of Izzy and Jess, it's about how do we nullify meters from them. And I think there's only been
tackle her legs.
But you can't even tackle her legs because
moving so
she's
fast.
So powerful. Yeah. She's so powerful, and the way she just carries it, it's like when you tackle Robbo, it's just too hard.
Yeah.
Not too hard. You do it, but it's really, really hard to.
It's also do you want to get your head in front of Isabel Kelly's legs?
Well, and then if she steps, she's knocked out.
Yeah.
But
it's exciting. It's going to be really exciting to see.
A big game.
Yeah. I think whoever wins field possession, that should really be it because it's going to go for the full 70. So it's ball possession and completion is going to be a key one for this one.
Well, I think both teams are in really good form.
Yeah.
They've both won round 1 and 2.
Does Tamika play?
Well, it just depends on what's that injury that took her off the field.
Was it a cork?
Was it a cork? Was it her
ankle?
Strain?
I don't know what she was doing. She was just sort of like a random ooh.
I thought it was a strain, a calf strain. But I could be wrong. I'm no doctor. So we'll wait for the report to come out. But if Freaky Meeks in the mix, obviously I'm back in the Bronx to win. But not to say they can't do it without her.
Yeah.
But if they get Taryn back without Freaky, without Freaky, it's going to be really hard.
A few moving pieces for that one.
It's going to be hard for the Bronx to then, just counteract.
Yeah.
Taz's running game with the big bodies.
I'm excited to see Koenig versus Spready in the middle. You've got
two very different players.
Very different.
But that would be really nice to see actually. Oh, Koenig can stay in the middle for a little bit longer.
You want to see that?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Because I want to see how
Spready fares up to the challenge.
And it's obviously you're coming up against the Dalian medalist.
Nelly
Doherty.
Yeah.
So it's like she's a big presence.
Yeah.
And for someone like Spready that's fresh on the scene, first time in the lock role, but is coming to light in that lock role.
Exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I think she can front it. I think she can front
it. I like it. I think she can combat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knights, Warriors.
Oh, this is going to be a good game.
Yeah, I like this too.
I feel like they're both in the same pool.
They both came back. I feel like
they're both in the same pool of
they're in that second.
Yeah.
So we've divided the comp into 3 pools, A, B, and C. They're in Pool B. Could push for a Pool A depending if they can win the tight games and get some consistency going.
Because defensively that they've got it.
Yeah.
Because they've shown that in both games.
Yeah.
And I feel like they got it right this week in the sense that their forwards led them from the start and they started really fast.
Both teams, yeah.
But also in saying that, I feel like their bench came on and was very impactful. The likes of Matsukino.
Your sissy, yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like she had a really good game, this game, in the sense of bringing impact to the team and driving them forward, as opposed to last week. There was a lot of errors from their interchange, and that then created pressure for themselves, which...
they were looking for impact and they got pressure.
Yeah, which you can like I'm okay with, in the sense that it's their first game back.
Yeah.
A lot of those girls are debuting for the, like, if not majority,
Debuting.
they're debuting. All of them debuting for the club besides Uppy, and then obviously some of them they're making their NRLW debuts.
Yeah.
So it was a big game up against a really, really hard team
Yeah.
to beat. So, for me, like, I feel like the Warriors definitely do have it to be able to be in contention to win this game this round.
Yeah. I think Jessie Southwell.
I just think it's going to be really hard to maintain Southwell, and when you haven't played against her before,
Southwell
she's
McEwen.
won. Yeah, that's a good combination too.
But I still like it.
But I feel like
Paddy. We got Paddy on the other side.
But I feel like, yeah, we do.
We is crazy. Warrior number 35 forever.
But I genuinely believe that both teams are going to come firing. Obviously, they've both won a game, so they're building confidence.
Yeah.
It's just going to be who sticks it out for the 70.
I feel like now, where previous years teams could give up ball, give away penalties, and teams will still do it if they're good enough. But like now that, there is so much inexperience like across the NRLW, and we've got a lot of fresh faces coming through. If you give up too much ball, you just can't do it anymore. And back because on the other side of the field, there is those players that'll capitalise and hurt you on the back of it. So it really is, I feel like the games in the first two rounds you've seen teams lose, more so in the first round, that shouldn't have. It just came down to errors, and it's like, we're happy to throw the ball around, but it's like, no. Now there has to be an even more so a focus, because teams have leveled out a bit more in regards to their experience.
Yeah, and we spoke about that, like, when we were looking at the stats in all the games, like penalty count and errors were, if they were high, then that's when we knew the game was a blowout.
Yeah.
Because we speak about possession, and then we speak about execution. Like, we're in a time now where our game, like, we focus on that stuff. And if we are winning possession, and
you end up, and then you can only handle so much defense.
Well, back to back, like, if you're getting 3 back to back sets, like, something's got to crack, something's got to give, and we've seen it in in both rounds of the NRLW this season, is that when we're creating pressure and errors happen, they're scoring points.
Yeah, for sure. 3-2-1s of the round. You can start. Who's your 1 point?
1 point would be Bostock.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we've spoken about her a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's just been an out-and-out really good player for the Dragons, but overall, I feel like she's stamping her mark in the NRLW.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2 point.
Skip Keziaps. Between her and Meeks, they'd be my, obviously Kez, I've chose Kez as 2, but she could have easily been my 3 as well. I just think clinical, great leader, has been great for both rounds 1 and 2. Although they've lost, I feel like she's been in everything that you could want for your captain. And it's just disappointing that obviously her team's losing at the moment. But I just think she's having an out-and-out great season. And she'll be pushing for that Dalian back row of the year, I reckon.
Yeah. And 3 points for you.
Tamika Upton.
We got the Broncos goggles on. You've got the maroon and gold on again. Crazy.
No, I just feel like
she's freaky.
Freaky Meeks was doing freaky things. And she scored 2.
Oh, I'm not saying that she shouldn't have got it.
She scored 2. What can't she do? Nah, joking. No, I just feel like Bronx collectively are playing a team game at the moment, and everyone is stepping up and playing their role really well. But I think the confidence in the Bronx comes from Tamika Upton. And I think we've seen that in round 1. We've seen it again in round 2. And she just, she adds a lot of character to our team, and because that's my team.
Yeah. Still paying the bills.
Yeah, I think she just adds a lot of character, confidence, and I'm absolutely loving, and I told you this off camera.
What's your favourite?
I'm loving the combination between her and the halves, but also her, Robbo and Skinny. And we've seen it last week and we've seen it again this week.
Yeah.
And they scored off the back of it twice. So,
yeah.
no, I'm really liking it.
Perfect. I've got 1 point as Meeks.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've summed it up there. And to say obviously she's getting 1 point. Actually, first of all, I'm not going. I haven't got my blue and white goggles on today.
I can't wait to
I've
hear.
taken me doggies off.
Actually, I know who your three's gonna be.
I've went who? No, it's not. I've said I've taken my blue and white goggles off. Who do you think my three's gonna be?
I thought it was gonna be
20. Eh?
Yeah.
Oh, she was Look, she was in there, but
I would have had her with Meeks, but you said I could only choose one.
yeah, I'm back to 1 point now. She was up there last week with me.
Yeah.
No, I've got Meeks, and then 2 points. I've got Michaela break.
Oh, yeah.
Record breaker.
Yeah.
All gas, no breaks. I like that. I like all the Warriors
Actually,
signs
I
were
did
so
like
good.
that.
Yeah, 16. What the hell?
I can't choose everyone, though.
Yeah, no, it is really hard. It is really hard. We've got so many stars in the game.
I would choose Ikanasia every week then.
Yeah, true. You would. You would. I think she was outstanding. The try she put down is standard. Her try, just so strong. Save, puts it down.
That's a hard try too.
Yeah. Yeah. You seen Sheree? Did you see the video of Sheree?
Crying.
Yeah. That's it. Yes. I'm like, yes, I like that's actually me.
Hormone.
Wait, no, that's me when I watch you guys play.
I don't know how you cry.
That's
when
me
you
watching
watch the
Origin.
game.
Oh,
I'll cry in the anthem, but I
was
cannot.
nearly about to cry for Regan Hicks. I don't even know the girl. I've played 2 games against her. I don't know. I just get so emotional.
Yeah, you said she was annoying to play against.
In a good way. Michaela Break is my 2 points for obvious reasons. Yeah, just outstanding. Doing it at the Wars at home. And Auntie in the press conference telling everyone it's a sellout. Did you see that video? So she gets on in one of the press conferences, like, it's a sellout. This is coming from me. So I expect to see no empty seats for the women's game. You've bought tickets for both of our games. Just telling it how it is, which is true.
Very true.
But that's my 2 points. And then my 3 points goes to Emma Barron, 4 tries.
Oh, yeah.
I
like yours.
Last week I went, oh no, I did do halves, but I went 2 forwards for my 3 and 2. But this week, the backs have...
We're pretty similar.
Yeah.
We're similar positioning.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the backs have pulled through this week. Obviously, Emma just, doing that standard clinical Emma things. You leave a space in the middle and she's going to take it. And, the way that she was moving through that, specifically that try that from the offload from Quincy Dodd was just freaky.
Well, she was great.
Yeah.
The Sharks would love having her there.
Yeah.
And then when she's scoring 4 tries like that, I'd have her in my team too.
Yeah, 100%. Moving on, bit of a round around the grounds. IRL looking to change the
Why didn't they do this earlier?
eligibility rules.
Why didn't they do this earlier?
I mean, obviously for the, same for the women, same for the men's. The difference being, England are not, in my eyes, are just not what's tier 1? Because the only tier 1 that I know of is Australia and New Zealand.
No. No, can I say something?
New Zealand on a good year.
I don't even think New Zealand is a contention for tier 1.
No, I'm saying New Zealand on a good year. That's why.
But I just don't think that they should be contenders for a Div 1 positioning in that. Australia are out and out it. 100%. They have a huge pool to choose from. New Zealand, not so.
Well, they haven't even had a Warriors. They haven't even had an NRLW team in for 5 years now. So how can you expect, you expect girls to move overseas, away from their family, which girls do, and they obviously excel. But, you expect them to do all that. Girls are always going to play their best footy where they feel comfortable. And if that's at home, well, then you're just hurting the pool, like you said.
Well, I think the Kiwi Ferns now, they're in a much better spot than they were probably previously.
Yeah.
And not that they weren't natural contenders. They've always been contenders against Australia.
Well, Australia only come about when Brad Donald really built the juggernaut that now is Australian rugby, women's rugby league in Australia. I was
fortunate enough to be a part of the movement with Brad Donald and being in that Jillaroos program and being able to see how he transformed the Jillaroos from what they were to who they are now.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for him. So shout out to Donza, because the work that he's done with that team,
no one else has done in any other country. No one else will in any other country.
And he put everything on the line to make sure our game got to where it was. And the NRLW was a pivotal part in that, in the goal setting, and how we as rugby league players and as women wanted our game to be represented, and how we wanted things to go. And he wrote that pathway, and we wrote the path, and he was like, let's do it. And he was the guide. He got us there. And the Agilaroos wouldn't be anywhere near who they are, and the players, even now, wouldn't be the players that they are if it wasn't for Donza, because he created everything that the women's game has.
So put
now.
some respect on his name.
So when all of that, everything happened, it was really frustrating for me.
Me angry.
It was really frustrating for me. You don't say anything. It was very frustrating for me to have to sit on the back of that and not be able to comment openly, because obviously I was a player at the time, on that because of X, Y, Z. If you know Donza, he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's someone that he calls it black and white, and not very many people like that. And for me, I love that about him, because he didn't beat around the bush. He just kind of got to it.
Yeah.
And
that's obviously why maybe people didn't like him.
I struggled with it at the start because obviously I was in the squad, then I was out of the squad because I got pregnant, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But I seen a different side of Donza when I went to the Warriors, and like, honestly, I'd be forever grateful for what he's done for me as a player, but obviously what he's done for the game as a whole, because he recreated the Agilaroos. He put NRLW on the map.
Yeah.
He got us, like, we wouldn't be playing the game we love if it wasn't for him, and playing at the level that, like, I wouldn't have got to play at the level I got to play at if it wasn't for him. So shout out to him. But in reference to the
IRL.
Kiwi, he wanted to create the Agilaroos and put them on a platform up here so that we could have this, but also so that the IRL could see and bump up.
This is what it can be.
This is what it can be. Let's get everyone there.
Yeah.
He didn't just want Australia to eat. He wanted everyone to eat off the same plate as well. So,
100.
There was a big vision for that, and I think that, I still believe that it's going to happen. But right
I think
now,
it's going to take a lot longer now that he's not there, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think it's
I think the Agilaroos are where they are because of him, and he created that culture there, and I don't think that changes much. I just think
I think that
the NRLW is struggling without him. The game as a whole would be struggling without him.
Yeah, I've obviously been at local and seen the effort that he puts in at local clubs and at a local level. So yeah, we've gone on a Donza. Free Donza
I feel like
mission.
it was definitely something I needed to say.
I think, and obviously his story's his to tell, but I was burning through that whole thing. So I think a lot of people and so many keyboard warriors, it was disappointing to see that whole thing. But after, like you said, after everything that he's done and what he's done for Australian Rugby League, and that Vegas score against the English team was proof in the pudding why, obviously the IRL have come to this decision or are looking to come to this decision that players can play for their state and then they can also go and play for England. Because when you think about it, think of how many players could play for England. We're in Australia, mate.
Well, it actually frustrates me that they've brought this rule out now, because there was...
Sorry, hold on. Also, at what point did England become a Tier 1 nation?
They're not. No,
but how did they become it?
There was only 3 teams in the pool, so they were the top. They were the 2, 3. They were.
Did they just match the men's? They matched the men's.
Well, no, it was Australia, New Zealand, and England, and they were the only ones that had a team at the time. But now that there's other teams, they just kept them in the top pool, because they've already been established.
Okay.
So it wasn't necessarily that they were the best team. It was that they should have been the best team in comparison to all the other teams.
Okay, right. So
it wasn't like they didn't do it right in the beginning, because when I went to fight to play for New Zealand, when I played one game for the Jillaroos, which I don't not regret, but then I do regret. But at the same time,
But you love Queensland.
Yeah. Had this rule been in play.
More than anything, yeah.
Had this rule been in play, I would have got the best of both worlds.
New Zealand and Queensland, which is really special.
But obviously I didn't get that. So, like, I think it's a really cool opportunity now.
And it's still, eligibility rules are still the same. You still have to be here at 13, etc. But it's just for those people that obviously have a background somewhere else.
Yeah.
They can play State of Origin. They don't get selected for, Jillaroos, and then they get to go assist everywhere else.
I feel like it was definitely needed within the women's game to come in, because you look at it like it's
not the men's. It's not. We're not the men's.
It's where, like, so the rule is, right, where your like, you can only go as far as your great grandparent.
No, grandparents.
Grandparent.
Yeah, my grandparents.
So it can only go as far as your
I can play Fiji, New Zealand, Australia, and England.
What about your kids?
My kids.
Your dad was never born in Fiji.
Yeah, but he's full Fijian, so I don't know what the thing is.
No,
with
so
that.
It's where your grandparent
I
is born.
know.
And
I know.
it. So then it would just diminish the fact that...
Does it matter if I've played? Is there like a thing like that?
No.
Like if your parents have played for either
It's got to be on the birth certificate. There's got to be proof of...
Yeah, no, I have to send mine in every year. Like they don't have my records.
That's what I mean. So it's like, for me, it's a great rule that they're brought in. But when are they going to change the other rule?
About grandparents?
Yeah.
How far do you think it should go back?
Well, for example...
I feel like it should get renewed. I feel like it should get renewed if your parents play for it.
No, but this is the thing.
We're making our own rules now. What's your ideal rule then? What's your ideal rule?
Laker, right, for example.
Yeah.
Laker
Clark,
Samoan,
Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, Laker Clark, Samoan, Tongan, Māori. Wasn't allowed to play for Tonga because... So it's her dad's dad, I think. One of those. It's like close.
Full Tongan but born in New Zealand or something like that.
Yeah, so the granddad, no, he's like half Tongan, half Samoan. So, like, it's there. But no, it was too far back. So you're saying my grandparent isn't a part of me because they're...
Oh, so he was half Tongan, half Samoan, but he wasn't born in Tonga.
But it's 3 generations back.
Got ya.
It's 3 generations back, so it's not close enough.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, for my kids, there's Samoan... There's Samoan,
which one?
Both of them.
No, which nation? All nations.
Samoan, Fijian, Māori, Italian,
Australian.
Yeah. But I'm only born. Like, I can only be born in one country.
Yeah.
I can't be born in all of them.
Yeah.
But that's still the DNA of my kids.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like that rule just needs to be abolished. Like, you just need to be able to prove that you
have that connection.
You have that connection. Yeah. My granddad is.
Yeah.
Because if you're waiting for everyone to be born in that country, then we're all going to be playing for Australia.
Fair point.
Well, now you look at the kids coming through, like most Polynesian.
Yeah, immigrants.
Yeah. Their parents migrated here and then they had their kids here. Or if not, they've all been here since they were born.
Yeah, so future proofing would be that needs to change. You just need to show how you are and someone in your line's family. Yeah, what is that? Like, you put milk in coffee, it's still coffee. It's that saying, but how Fijian are you?
Yeah, but then that's where people become...
Fijian enough.
That's where that whole cultural identity crisis happens.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like that's perfect example would be my kids, realistically, because my dad is full Fijian.
And they're 100% going to say no.
My dad...
You are not.
They're
have
looking at
no
Cruz
ounce
going,
of dark in you.
Sorry, that's a lot of milk.
They think Ty stole them when they take them and he takes them out.
People looking like,
who kidnapped these white kids?
Okay. No, but like it's my kids. My dad's born in Fiji. My dad's born in New Zealand, but is full Fijian. Both parents full Fijian, but she just flew over when she was pregnant. Nan flew over to New Zealand. Born in Auckland, so it's like, I'm half Fijian. My kids are quarter Fijian. I've played for Fiji, but they will not be able to play for Fiji.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So it needs to be changed.
IRL.
It needs to be changed.
Yeah.
Like, thank you for changing that rule because now we'll get Tessa Poulet to be able to play for Origin.
Yep.
Which is a massive... And then...
Come here, big girl.
Well, she
second row.
She has the opportunity, to play Origin, and the likes of her, and then there will be other players that will be able to do the same. They'll be able to play Kiwi fans as well as
Yeah.
be able to play Origin, because obviously when you look at Origin, you think that's the pool of players as well as others.
What about Brooke Anderson? Brooke Anderson then doubles
player.
up into
Another
New South
player.
Wales as well.
And she's already played Origin.
Yeah.
So for her to go back.
Been in there, yeah.
Yeah. For her to be able to go back, like, it frees up and it adds another option.
Yeah.
For girls to be able to play one for the Kiwi Ferns, but also to be able to play Origin, which for me is a win-win because I would have loved to have done that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm salty.
How much does it help England? I'm gonna finish on that. How much does it help? Obviously, the New South Wales and Queensland benefit from New Zealand, specifically New Zealand. There's no girls playing for England that could have played Origin, but how does it help England, being that girls who have played Origin and miss out on Gillaroos can go there?
I think
or girls in hopes of that, might not be playing but haven't been able to even look at there because they're like, oh no, once I do that, I'm out of Origin.
And I think it just eliminates that feeling.
Yeah.
So like, if I don't get selected for Australia, yep, I can go play for England.
Yeah.
If I don't get selected for Australia, sweet, I can go back to play for Tonga, Samoa. And have all of these other options.
And still have Origin there as well.
As opposed to just being like, oh, I can't play for Australia, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see a lot of girls.
Imagine the next World Cup.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of girls
that
are probably of English descent that can go and play for England.
Well, you look at how much it'll help. Obviously, Tonga's not going to make the next World Cup, but, Fiji can. Samoa is in there. Like, imagine what pump up Samoa get if that rule becomes available.
Well, I think now you'll see more of it being like, obviously because the rule has been brought in, you'll see a lot of, it will come down to money. Do girls want to play for, not nothing, but do they want to play for X amount as opposed to playing for X amount?
I'd love to see girls actually put the money where their mouth is. Like, it is obviously such a privilege to play for the Gillaroos, and that is the pinnacle of rugby league. But to do like what the men's done and what that will do for those other nations and what that will do for girls growing up, if your players like your Tiana Penatani said, yeah, I'm going back to Tonga. Like, if all of those players, if all those players went, actually, you know what, we're going to go help our little nation, Samoa, Fiji, they do the same, like, that would be crazy. That would be such a crazy movement and such a special movement to be able to see it. It's been done in the men's. The men's have really committed to their culture. Call out, I would love to see the women's do that. Why not? Do you want to just win another World Cup? Like, it's clear the Aussies are going to win another World Cup. How special to be a part of the pathway for all those nations.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like, I really, like, I'm on it with you.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
And I would love to see that happen.
That would be crazy.
It's just up to the player and the individual to do that.
Yeah. Oh, good chat.
Because it was really cool when Tiana did it.
Well, that year they...
Tonga.
Yeah, did she not get selected that year though?
Well, she opted to play for Tonga anyway.
No.
She didn't? Well, she still went and played
and then
for
she
Tonga.
got picked next year and then didn't play for Tonga.
But still.
That's what I'm saying. Can you?
That's a hard one though. Like, you're getting...
It's a hard one, but that's what I'm saying. You're like... Or when your big players did it, your Fafitas, all that, like, that's what I mean. It's a whole movement, and it would be really cool to see, like, all those girls connect, the Tongan girls connect, the Samoan girls connect, you know. Have some chats. Start having chats after your games, NRLW. You're going to see each other now. Like, is it a possibility, or do you want to just be part of another, you know, it's a dynasty, but, no, but, like, you know, another...
year where the Gillaroos win.
Exactly. Or do you want to be... you might not win it, but you could be you could be part of something so much more special, like the reward that you would get, and you will go down in your nation's history if you make it to a semi-final, if you make it to a grand final. Oh my God. You will have the whole, like...
You have the whole village
see fans come out. Honestly, you would see, fans come out of the woodworks to see those kind of players playing for those nations.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Crazy work.
Let's hope that happens.
Cheers to round 2. My string. Anyways, back next
week.
Next week for round 3. I'm excited. 1 and 2. V, game to watch. Roosters, Sharks. Roosters,
Roosters, Broncos.
Bronx.
Be there, be square.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Let's go.